Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about temporal bone. So let's start our topic with introduction. Temporal bone are the pair of irregular cranial bones that are located at the sides and base of skull near the ears. They play a crucial role in protecting the brain, housing the organs of hearing and balance, and forming part of cranial base. Temporal bone is one of the most complex bones in the skull as it contains multiple parts with important anatomical structures. Location and structure of temporal bone. They are found at the lower lateral sides of the skull. Each temporal bone contributes to the cranial floor and the side wall of the skull. They articulate with the parietal bone, occipital bone, sphenoid bone, and zygomatic bone, as well as the mandible at the temporomandibular joint. Parts of temporal bone are: temporal bone has four main parts, each with distinct features and function. These parts are squamous part, mastoid part, petrous part, and tympanic part. Now let's talk about these temporal bone parts one by one. So first part of temporal bone is squamous part. It is flat, thin portion that forms the sides of the skull. It contains a zygomatic process which extends forward to join the zygomatic bone and form the zygomatic arch. Next part of temporal bone is mastoid part. It is located posterior and inferior to the ear canal. It contains the mastoid process, that is a bony projection that provides attachment for neck muscles. Inside the mastoid part are mastoid ear cells which communicate with the middle ear and help regulate air pressure. Next part of temporal bone is petrous part. It is the thickest portion that is wedged between the sphenoid and occipital bone. It houses the cochlea and semicircular canals that are basically organs of hearing and balance. It contains important openings such as internal acoustic meatus through which the facial and vestibulocochlear nerve passes. Next part of temporal bone is tympanic part. It surrounds the external opening of the ear. It forms part of external acoustic meatus that is also called as ear canal. It provides protection for structure of the middle ear. Important features of temporal bone are styloid process, that is a slender projection, pointed projection that is present below the ear, serving the attachment for muscles of tongue and pharynx. Next feature is mastoid process, that is basically large rounded projection behind the ear, and it provides attachment for sternocleidomastoid muscle. Third important feature of temporal bone is external auditory meatus, that is basically opening in the temporal bone that leads to the ear canal. Fifth feature is mandibular fossa, that is basically depression on the temporal bone lower side that articulates with the mandible, and it forms a temporomandibular joint. Functions of temporal bone are: first function is protection, as temporal bones safeguard the brain and delicate structures of the ear. Second function is hearing and balance, as temporal bone houses the middle and inner ear that include cochlea and semicircular canal that are basically the organs of hearing and balance. Third function of temporal bone is muscle attachment, as temporal bone provides point for muscles of mastication, neck, and tongue. Fourth function is articulation, as temporal bone forms the temporomandibular joint with the mandible enabling chewing and speaking. Fifth function is facial structures, as temporal bone contribute to the zygomatic arch and side contour of the skull. Conclusion of this lecture video. Temporal bone is a paired cranial bone with a highly complex structure that consists of squamous part, mastoid part, petrous part, and tympanic part. It plays a dual role in protection and function, safeguarding the brain, enabling hearing and balance, and forming joints and attachment sites for the muscles. Its anatomical importance make it one of the most significant bones of the skull. And this is all about temporal bone. Hopefully you like the video. If you do, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you for watching.